was a lot.
Here we go. Here we go.
Y'all ready? Sorry, I just get excited.
Okay. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Collin, and we're back with another VIDEO. It's very special this week. As you see, there's food and there's people. We're doing a mukbang.
Come on.
Listen, let's get right into it. First, like, comment, subscribe, do all of that stuff.
I thought you were going to say first, let's pray.
Father God, in the name of Jesus. No, listen, like, comment, subscribe. Follow my socials. Do all of that. And then I'm going to drop their socials. Listen, the people are famous. The people have music. The people travel. The people sing. I'm going to drop their socials. Follow them too. But today we have my friends. Introduce yourselves.
You first.
All right, what's up, y'all? I'm Media.
I'm Diana.
Period. And we are. No, I'm kidding.
We are on Disney Channel.
Last week I asked y'all, what are the pros and cons of being single? So today we're talking about singleness.
Yes.
Being single. All facets of being single.
Period.
Now, some of you may be watching and wondering, hey, one of us at the table, is it like they have a significant other?
Yeah.
But their point of view matters.
So, the people, 1 and 2, said that I'm an advanced single. Do y'all want to tell them what the definition is, since it's y'all word? What does that mean?
So, technically on paper, you are single.
Yes.
Until you are married.
Do y'all agree with that?
Just on paper, legally, your boyfriend, your girlfriend ain't got no rights.
And not just on paper, under God. There's no covenant, bro. Sorry, as you can, there's a lot of things here.
I'm passionate. But
take a step back. Go ahead.
But she's in a relationship. So just an advanced single. There's layers to singleness. And until there's 2 rings on her finger.
And let me take this
2 of them. 2 of them.
Until there's something on here.
Advanced.
Well, let's start going through. Let's go through some of y'all responses. Now, I'm not going to say no names.
Praise God.
It's me talking with chicken in my hand and chicken in my mouth. Y'all just have to deal with it. Let's go through some of these responses. And let's see if y'all agree with them. So, somebody wrote, saves money. Oh, I guess it's a
pro.
This is a pro? Saves money.
Of singleness?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You save money. Pro. Save money. Unless you have a spending problem. That's
right, then that's just on you.
That's on you. Being a third wheel with other couple friends. Okay, I actually hate that.
I've been there.
Now,
but I appreciate the people who are in relationships who like don't make you feel like you're the third wheel. Like I hate when y'all like, cause I've been there and like the couple they're like making out and like you're sitting in the front seat and you're just like, what?
Making out?
Yes. Okay. I'd be like, yo, I exist too, bro. Like
that's strange.
No, no one's ever sat there and made out in front of me.
Yeah. Like, they just forget that you exist. I just be like, I gotta slide. I got going, bro. Like, that's really weird.
Nah, it's for me. It's the I never had to deal with this sitting there while you're making out. That's my life. It's my life. I had to do the like they forget there's a third person there.
Yes.
Like they're in their own world, and it was normally when the couples that I'm thinking about, like they were in their honeymoon phase, like they just got together, like the whole world revolved around them and them alone. Yeah. And so,
which is normal.
I'd be there and it'd just kind of be like, if you want to be alone, just why do you invite me? Anyway.
Like, why am I here?
Something else somebody wrote. They said, more money in the pocket. We said that. It depends.
I don't know. I feel like it depends.
All right. So as an advanced single, you do spend more money, like being in a relationship. Why? Because you can't cook at a home that's not yours. So you got to go out to eat a lot. And I'm the type of person where, like, if I see that my man needs something, I'm going to buy it. Okay. Like, so that usually happens. So
because
yeah,
you
I
always gotta
spend.
think of an extra person.
Yeah, I spend mad bread, bro. I'm broke.
I'm trying to think. Have I really gone broke for it?
I ain't, babe. I'm not broke because of you. All right.
No.
Because we know you watching. Glory to God.
No, I guess yeah. You go out a lot more. More dates, more things to do.
Okay, I think.
Unless y'all boring.
But you can be creative though.
Now here's
Because I've got you get creative on your dates.
Now I'm gonna throw this in because I feel like as a man you spend more money than as a female in a relationship.
Child.
It depends. Depends what type of relationship you have. Because I know mad people. I know a lot of equality.
So the relationships I've been in, I like to wine and dine. I like to take you out. I like to have a good time, and I want to take care of you.
I'll take care of you.
So
Y'all heard that, ladies? All right.
Pull up on no.
Pull up on me.
what can I say? I like to take care of you, so I don't want you to lift a finger unnecessarily, if that makes sense. So, like, I want to be able to take care of you. And not to say that you can't, and not to say, like, because one of the biggest attractions to me is seeing a woman that has her own. And, like, she's a hustler. Like, I know I hustle and I work hard, and I like to see a woman that works hard and hustles for her own. What?
No, I just knew she was going to take my fries.
I ain't ordered any. I took like...
My fries are in there, too, so you can take that, too.
All right, so, like, 2 and 2.
Praise God, praise God. But not to say that she doesn't have her own, but, like, I want to take care of you. Like, I want to... And obviously, there's going to be times where, you know, it's my birthday. You want to take care of me.
But, so, I'm on the side, and I feel like we're kind of going away from the topic.
It's okay, we can...
I like to also wine and dine. Like, my guy. Like, that makes me very happy.
Okay.
To be able to, like... Because I don't... Even though, like, I understand, like, the gender roles and kind of, like, you know, men are supposed to... I kind of want to step away from that and kind of, like, I want him to feel where he can provide and, like, take me out and wine and dine. But I like being able to do that for him, too, where he can kind of just show up and chill, which usually, like, that's the expectation for the women. So I kind of like being able to remove that expectation and kind of, like, allow him to feel... wanted and you know make it feel good too. I
feel like those are conversations you need to have.
Yeah.
Every relationship is different. And you know, in the case of like a relationship you're gonna be in, it's gonna be equal. Equal in I hate that word equal. Because I don't want nobody writing.
The right word is equity.
You make your cancel.
Equity is the right word. I want, you know, in a relationship you're in, it's gonna be like, you know, I take care of you, you take care of me. And for me, I like the same thing too, but I also do like to wine and dine. So, but there's certain relationships where certain people expect something to be done because of a certain gender role or a certain...
That's different.
You know, so every relationship's going to be different. And it's whatever y'all are cool with. But why are we talking about relationships?
Right, because this is what we talking
when
about.
We're single!
Put up on me.
What's the next one?
On to the next one.
Biological.
Ooh, is that a con? You didn't write. This person didn't write. This is one of my best friends. Why didn't you write? What's wrong with you? You know who you are.
I think that's a con.
You wrote biological clock. I think that's a con. Like,
huh?
Biological clock.
Oh,
so
yeah,
time is running out. Like,
That's a con. That's a con.
I feel like
it has to be a con because if you want kids.
Exactly. If you want kids, because not everybody's trying to be
right. So that's why I was like, is it in a sense? But yeah.
But it is scientifically true that the older a woman gets, the harder it is to have children. And as for my personal life, am I worried about that right now? Absolutely not. Yeah. I'm 25, not trying to pop out a baby. But I can understand, like...
Nah, I saw a video today. I'm definitely ready to have a baby after the video. But that's also a lie.
Is that the video you put in here?
Ooh, child.
It's you and somebody else that I know is having baby fever heavy.
But this is the only video that has ever made me have baby fever. I was tripping.
You know what it is? I grew up with so many...
Did you watch the video?
Ready me.
in the rollers. Wrap your head in your miles and miles from your nice warm bed.
Hey, Jax.
You just remember what your old past said. Boy, you gotta be.
I was like, what is happening? A little boy being happy to see me every day. Did I pick him up?
No.
Honestly, let's be serious here. Is that about a child or feeling love? Because you can get a dog. A dog, baby.
That's what, and I had that conversation with my friends. I had that conversation. I said, I'm going to get a dog. Because clearly something's going on.
Because
I have no baby there. Not even a little bit. Like, it just doesn't exist.
Wow, tell them how you really feel.
It just doesn't exist.
the beautiful thing right now is that we can have nieces and nephews or godkids.
It's the fact that I can give them back.
Give them back. Oh, you crying too much? Where's mommy?
No, literally.
Where's daddy?
No. And I feel like a lot of people have kids nowadays because of that reason. Oh, it'll be cute. And then I'm like, yeah, until that joint is crying at 3 o'clock in the morning, you can get no. It's a real responsibility, and people don't think of that. This has nothing to do with singleness, but children are a real responsibility.
It's the fact that you refer to the children as that joint.
Oh, don't have to answer. Oh, that's a pro.
Don't have to answer to anyone is a pro.
I agree. 100%. Having been in some toxic relationships. Ooh. I don't have to answer to nobody.
I think though, if you stay in that place of not being comfortable and not having to answer to anybody, when you get into a relationship, it's gonna be really hard.
And that means you don't like accountability.
Because
I saw that a lot here, and it was making me a little nervous about y'all. Do y'all have an issue with accountability?
With us?
No, it's the joy.
Oh!
A lot of people are saying that. And I'm like,
true.
why y'all want to be held accountable?
I don't think it's always accountability.
Okay, guys.
I think some people have just gone through some really weird situations and toxic situations and always feeling like...
Oh, so like when the dude is like crazy or the woman is crazy?
Yeah.
And you gotta
I gotta like answer to you.
When I gotta say I'm home, or not I'm home, but like...
I'm on my... I'm making my way to... I'm making my way to the kitchen now. I'm opening the fridge. Right. I know.
Dang.
I don't like feeling, that's with certain relationships, I don't like feeling like I'm obligated to do something.
Yes.
I want to do something because I want to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I want to tell you, oh, I'm going in the fridge to get our favorite juice. Because I want to tell you that, not versus you're waiting for me to be like, what the hell are you doing? Like, and so that feeling of not having to answer to anyone, I understand it to an extent. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Your face, you look like you have, like, you're like...
No, I'm trying to process my own feelings of why my perspective was like the lack of accountability thing. So that's really where my brain is going.
But I'm sure that's valid also.
Yeah.
Because there's people that just don't like being accountable and have a problem with authority or have a problem with...
Well, you're not my...
That's why I had to change my words. Change the words.
You are not my authority.
But maybe because of past dealing with authority, being that we all go to church and we love Jesus, you can have issues with leadership, with a pastor or whoever, and those things, or maybe even just like your parents. You know, that dynamic with someone older, someone in authority over you, the struggle there carries over into your relationship.
Okay, so I think I know where mine is coming from. It's coming from...
You're welcome, I opened the door.
Thank you. It's coming from like previous situations where like the person just didn't care about like who they were with. They didn't care about me. Make it clear. So they were just doing whatever they wanted to do, and yeah, that's clearly whatever.
You can be free and he'll edit
it out.
He will edit it out.
Bless God for deliverance. But yeah, like I feel like that's why like I read those and I was just like, you don't want to be held accountable. But it's really just stemming from that, like being in a situation where like that's what it was. Like you didn't want to, and not like I'm not the type of person who's like, oh, tell me everything that you're doing. But there's a reason why you don't want to. And why is that? And
so that's valid.
That's very
not
valid.
Having
trust with him. Like there was no trust.
And that's what I mean, like going through something in your past.
No, because they was doing crazy stuff. So that's why they didn't want to trust them. Right. They didn't want to say anything of what they were doing because they knew they was out here in these streets.
No, that's what I mean by people bring, and not to say you, but like based on what you've gone through.
No, absolutely.
You go into the new situation, which could be so amazing for you with old baggage. I don't really like that word, but
the traumatic experiences,
states of mind.
So yeah, you carry that with you, and like prepare yourself for like the worst that can happen,
so you're not hurt again.
Which is why it's good to stay single if you haven't processed those feelings. Not saying this is one thing, because sometimes we think that we have to in order to get into another relationship, all of those things have to be like stripped away, and we have to just like, that's a way to define being ready. Not the case. No. I think processing that, acknowledging, because it's more damaging going into something and not even being aware. Lack of awareness is terrible.
Yep.
Terrible. So I think you can still get into, I'm not saying that not to get in a relationship if you haven't. No. But,
there's purpose to the single period.
Yes.
If you have the desire, because if you want to stay single, that's on you. Yeah. That's your business. But if you have the desire to be, that's your business.
I love her.
But if you have the desire to be in a relationship, the single period is necessary to love yourself and just learn yourself. Period. Yeah. I kind of want to tie this one and this one. So the first one says loneliness, and the second one says temptation. I wanted those two together because loneliness will definitely drive you
deliver me
to do things, say things, go places, all because you want to be loved.
Yo, and let's have an honest conversation. It's very real.
That you could be lonely in a relationship. Sorry.
Oh, that too.
I have been there.
Wow. I've never been there, but wow.
I've been there. Wow, I just see traumatic things.
I've never been there, but wow, please explain how does this
Want to take this one?
I'm free. I've been delivered.
Somebody say freedom. Okay.
Don't do that over to me.
At this point, y'all know I can sing. It is what it is. Freedom!
No, that's real. I think that's even worse than... I think feeling lonely while in a relationship is worse than just being lonely in sex.
Absolutely.
Because I'm like, yo, am I not enough? Like I'm invisible to you? Like, oh, that joint stings. That joint stings so hard. Like... Oh no, I've been there. Oh, praise God. We thank God for healing. We thank God.
So what is the other person doing? Like they're just not showing you attention? Why are you in a relationship with them if they're not?
I feel like
sometimes I put so much work, I put so much work into this. Like I deserve to see some fruit of it. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why a lot of people stay longer too. Like, as much as we want to be those people that is like, oh, as soon as I know it's not for me, I'm out. Like, unless you cheat on me.
Ooh.
You cheat on me?
Is it right?
God, I'm healed.
We just gonna keep it.
I'm healed. God, because I'm claiming it. So, but it's worse, like to be like, wow, and sometimes you go to like extensive measures to not feel lonely, where you do, like what. We gonna see if we cut this out or not. Like, we're like, where you do things like, oh, okay, well, I'll give into the temptation and I'll have sex with you and blah, 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 blah. And just to see if maybe that will shift something. And like, then it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, not even, like, I've given you every intimate part of me. What more can I do for you to be present in this relationship? I would rather be alone by myself and deal with my loneliness than to be like that. Because I've been there, and it's way worse. Terrible. It hurts. It's like, you start questioning yourself. Like, am I okay? Is something wrong with me? Like, am I not enough? Like, no. Absolutely not. Leave me.
I think it can also be on another side of, like, let's say they are possibly, like, doing the right things. But there's just, like, y'all just aren't compatible. Yeah, you guys just aren't, like, for lack of a better term, like, you guys just aren't feeding each other's souls. And you can tell when there's like a disconnect, and you can feel lonely in that too. Like, even if they are like you know, showing up and being present physically.
But
Emotionally, there's a disconnect.
At that point, do you stay or do you leave?
I feel like
The right thing to do is to go.
but not all the time you do.
But are we really going to?
Because I feel like
because we still want the body. We still like physically, not the body, and that.
Yeah.
Some people want the body.
Well,
no.
but we want the physical connection, even though the emotional and the mental.
And a lot of times you feel like, oh, it can change. Like there's potential here. Like I dated a guy where on paper it made sense for us to be together, but we just were not compatible. But we were like. But on paper it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like we are doing similar things, you know, we're going down the same route, and it's like, but we didn't, like as hard as we tried and we stayed way longer than we ever needed to, we were just like, well, everybody tells us we make sense together, and on paper it looks like we make sense, and we're going down the same route. But just because that's the case, it does not mean that needs to be the case. You know what I mean? And you stay way longer and waste time
because you're in love.
And I feel like in that period where you're staying longer,
but are you in love?
Yes,
you can be in love.
You can be in love, but
love can be very toxic.
Yes, I do agree, but I do believe that sometimes and love for me is I'm in love with you. I was in love with the potential of who you could be. You like when I went to therapy. Therapy matters. When I finally like broke it down, I was like, I don't even know if I really liked you. Like I loved who you could be and what we could be together, but like I didn't really love him. Like who he was without, you know, the what I could see, the picture of what I could see in the future, what we could be, who he was, I genuinely did not love. And I genuinely don't believe that. I believe he also loved the potential of who I could be in his life. Or what we could look like in the state. We could be that power couple, you know.
Was it always like that though? Like from the beginning? Like did the relationship begin from the idea of what it potentially could be, or were there things that was like, oh, I like this, and over time those things just didn't matter anymore?
Well, we started off as best friends.
Okay.
But I knew, to be honest, I've healed. I knew within the first month, deep down, it wasn't it. But I was like, but we're best friends. Like sometimes you can't always date your best friend.
Yo, girls know, bro.
We know. Man, I knew from very early on this ain't it. Or I felt like it wasn't it, but I was like, maybe I'm bugging. Like you just question yourself and it's like, no, but it makes so much sense. And everybody's like, I ship y'all. You know what I mean? Like y'all are, and it's just like, but like you can't just think like, oh, in the moment. You have to think in the future too. Like, can I see myself being with you forever? Can I see you being the father to my children, or the mother to my children, whatever it is? Like, I couldn't see those things, but I was like, but maybe I'm just bugging. And you stay way longer, and it's like, no, like you waste so much time.
So this is a message to anybody watching this. If you are resonating with anything in this section, get out the relationship right now.
Leave.
Save your time. Save your time. And save your time for the other person as well. Because it's like, y'all both delaying yourselves. Like, y'all both delaying who y'all can be with.
For me.
I want who's for me.
The delay. Oh, God almighty.
Uh-oh.
Is that?
That one, but you're so good.
It's
the delay, bro.
Like, and I don't want, like, not to make it all spiritual, but to make it spiritual, I don't want somebody else's blessing. Like, I want my blessing. I want the person that is fit for the story that God is writing for my life. You know what I mean? Like, and if it don't, I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want, like, literally, like, I would have conversations with my mother. And it's like, after everything ended, and she would be like, yeah, I feel like if y'all would have gotten married, y'all would have been divorced in like 2 years. Because marriage is a whole different ballgame. Like, with people who are married, they always say what obsessed you not only magnifies in marriage. So you got to be okay with those things. And both of us were not okay with each other. So let's say we would have gotten married, I would have been divorced. You know what I mean? Like, and there's a lot of people that go through that, and thank God that's not my story.
Yeah, and it could also just like, going back to just like delaying, like, yo, like there's a purpose that we all individually have. And sometimes just taking the wrong route with the wrong person, it just delays everything. Like, I literally had somebody tell me, we could keep this or not, but literally had somebody tell me, if you stay with this person, everything that you're supposed to be doing, like musically, is not gonna go there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
what's up, YouTube? I hope you enjoyed this video. It's not over. This was the longest vlog I've ever filmed. The conversation that the three of us had was like 1 hour and 20 minutes long. And I've tried my best to condense it to like the best parts. But because that's been so hard, I decided to do the video in 2 parts. So this is part 1. Part 2 is coming soon. Look out for it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment, like, subscribe. Go through the video and watch. I asked so many like sub questions underneath. Chime in, be part of the conversation. So I hope you enjoyed this first part. Part 2 is coming. Stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.